And see, this is what happens when you don't follow your first mind. I should have followed my first mind and left Drake alone. I shouldn't have made any more videos about him. I saw he was doing little antics on social media leading up to these last few antics, which, in my opinion, again, these are egregious. You know what I'm saying? He's being hard headed. To me, he's thumbing his nose at the culture, in my opinion, on purpose. All right. He was doing little stuff on social media. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. He's throwing a tantrum because he lost the battle. But now this is taking it a little bit too far for me. And it's showing me that there was a plan in place with this battle and with this collaboration, because I believe this collab with this big nose racist heifer was planned before the battle, and him trying to make Kendrick look a certain way as far as being a fake representation of the culture. This collab was going to come after that and try to even more so re-ingratiate Cabello and some of the other artists that appeared on her record. Nice try, not gonna work. All right, all right, all right. Let's get into it. So yesterday, I made my first dumb video yesterday, right? Because I did not research the video like I should have. Now the video covered Drake's new feature on a record or two records by Camila Cabello. We're gonna get into her and why this is such a serious problem a little bit later. But first, let's just talk about Drake and the antics in social media and how Kendrick's lyrics are really, really ringing true about Aubrey Graham's personality and lack of being able to read the room and really act as, in my opinion, a responsible adult. Okay? So first we're going to start with Drake and the Instagram antics are getting a little out of control now, in my opinion. Now, the first thing I'm going to mention is him following DJ Mustard's ex-wife, right? Chanel Dion, or Dijon, however she pronounces that. Now, I don't have that much of a problem with this. You know what I'm saying? They're both grown. It's scumbag stuff, but if you don't like somebody, okay, it's something you could do. But the thing about attacking women and female family members of people he doesn't like is not only childish, but it's also behavior that can elicit a response that we don't need in the culture. All right. Now, of course, Mustard only produced. First of all, Mustard didn't even know Kendrick was going to use the beat for Not Like Us. So even having an issue with Mustard to me shows a lack of maturity on Drake's side, right? And I don't see the same energy for Alchemist, although we have time. So every producer who produced on the diss records might get some kind of vitriol from Drake or some kind of childish antics towards them from Drake. Don't understand it, but I guess this is just who this guy is. He's gonna lean into being, you know what, let me just say what it is. This is whole shit, all right? To quote 50 Cent, shout out to 50. And then he doubles down on the behavior by following Mos Def's daughter, who is an 18-year-old artist and producer, Layla. Pretty good music. I like her music and her beats. But of course, you know, Mos Def was critical of Drake's style of music, and he did later apologize. But Drake is still on the BS with him and messing with his daughter. Now, I'm sure Mos Def does not want you to collab with his daughter. Now, maybe I'm wrong in that. Yasin Bey. I'm saying the man's name wrong. Let me correct that. I'm sure Yasin Bey does not want you following his daughter. The girl's 18, and here we go with the young girls again. This guy is hard-headed, man. He's hard-headed. And see, this is what happens when you don't follow your first mind. I should have followed my first mind and left Drake alone. I shouldn't have made any more videos about him. I saw he was doing little antics on social media leading up to these last few antics, which, in my opinion, again, these are egregious. You know what I'm saying? He's being hard-headed. To me, he's thumbing his nose at the culture, in my opinion, on purpose. All right. He was doing a little stuff on social media. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. He's throwing a tantrum because he lost the battle. But now this is taking it a little bit too far for me. And it's showing me that there was a plan in place with this battle and with this collaboration, because I believe this collab with this big nose racist heifer was planned before the battle. And him trying to make Kendrick look a certain way as far as being a fake representation of the culture, this collab was going to come after that and try to even more so re-ingratiate Cabello and some of the other artists that appeared on her record. Nice try, not gonna work, because there will be zero support for, and let's get into it. Let's get right into Camila Cabello. Now I had no idea who this was. All right, I don't listen to pop music. I don't know. Yeah, I don't listen to boy bands and girl bands and things like that. I didn't know. Right? I thought she was an OVO artist or something like that. Somebody he's trying to, get some attention on. And so I get into the research as people in the comments. Shout out to the comments. As always, y'all know I'm gonna shout y'all out when y'all give me information that I did not have or did not know. So let's go through this right quick. Let's go through Berea Boy. Shout out to you. Shout out to Cookie the Snitch. Cookie, every time I see that name is hilarious. The Most Secret Science, 6409. Shout out to you. Shout out to Poems by Kia, 5306. And shout out to Louisiana Animal, 318. All of them put me on game that Camila Cabello has a racist past, posting racist little memes and pictures and quotes and a lot of things, as you see on the screen as they run through right here. She had a Tumblr account, John 316. That's a little picture up there, and you see the fried chicken, all of this real racist memes that she put up here. And she had an apology. She did apologize once she was outed. She also had an issue with, she was part of a singing group, Fifth Harmony, and they had one black member of the group, and that black member received a lot of racist phone calls and social media posts and threats and all of these things, right? And it is alleged that Camila may be the source of starting that, because she made some comments that said Camila was quirky in an interview, and after that, this is when all of this started to take place in 2016. At the same time, Camila on her known social media was tweeting things that was against racism and love everybody and there's no room for discrimination on my timeline. Okay, now the Tumblr was 4 years before this. Now she was only, I think, about 15. All right, so I will shoot you a little bail on that. But here's the thing about that. Okay, and people always saying I was young. You didn't admit to it until you got caught. And from what I understand, the Tumblr was still active at the time, okay, in 2016, so 4 years later. All right, just like P. Diddy didn't do anything until the tape came out. Then all of a sudden he wants to apologize. It's the same thing. And speaking of P. Diddy, the City Girls, Playboy Cardi, and Lil Nas X appear on this young lady's upcoming album. Y'all gotta stop. You gotta stop this, all right? And this is why I tell people don't take entertainment too serious, because you don't know these people, all right? Yes, they can put a certain image of who they are to sell their music or their art or, you know what I'm saying, whatever their movies, whatever it is, right? And this Drake and Camila the Clown with the big nose, this racist heifer, this is a perfect example of that, right? Because now she's sorry, now she's so Black Lives Matter, as you see on the screen here, all of this wonderful stuff. Okay, the two, yeah, now people want to say, oh, well, she grew up and she realized she was wrong. That's kind of tough to accept because, like I said, it would be different if she came forward after maturing and didn't get outed. See, it's different when you get outed, and of course you're sorry, and because it will save your career, right? And I think that's where Drake may be going. Now, as I'm pointing out in the pictures here, The cultural appropriation has always been there, especially when you lean into Kendrick's last verse on Not Like Us. That's the colonizer verse, in case you're not familiar. Go listen to it. Yeah, this is an egregious error. And like I said, to me, Drake and his PR team are kind of lost and don't know which way to go and what to do. They don't know if they want to fight back. They don't know if they should go with their regularly scheduled programming, because I think Kendrick knew all of this. You know what I'm saying? And when you go back to the verses and you see things start to unfold with them, and like with this collab here, everything he was saying from a pointing at Drake, who Drake is as a person, and the conflict that he has inside is very true. All right? And I know Drake fans, I'm sorry, don't respond to me about picking on Drake. Respond to me about this in the comments. If you have something to say, address this. All right? Address him still messing with people's family, and address him teaming up in this moment with this little controversial racist chick. I mean, to release this collab at this time is ego-driven and dumb, right? It just is. So don't think it's gonna work out for you. As far as I can see, it's not working out for you. People hit my comments. I think the first comment was not even an hour after I dropped this video to out who Camila Cabello was. And it's interesting that her newest record is on Interscope Records, which also released the Not Like Us record for Kendrick. So that's interesting, and that shows you about record companies, right? So anyway, man, that's all I have. I had to make this correction video because I was caught off guard, right? And I was surprised. I'm like, wow, how stupid is this? For real. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. The lyrics are just getting better with age. And Drake's lyrics are getting worse with age. And the angles are getting worse. So y'all already know what it is. Hit the like button. Thank you very much. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Trying to get to 10K. Thank you very much. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping videos. Comment below if you say something stupid. I'm gonna heat you up in the comments, or I'm gonna ban you to the shadow realm if it's just I don't feel like commenting back. But either way, be careful with your comments. You know what I'm saying? If you're a new commenter, don't comment nothing stupid. Don't come to her defense, his defense. I don't want to hear it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. All right? So as always, thank you for watching Professor Lex Beats, Lyrics Explained, Bar Breakdown, Music Discussion, and we are out.